Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Friday, November 6, 2015, around 7:19 in the morning. Going to be a mix in sun and clouds today, but if we see a lot of sunlight, the temperatures could shoot into the mid-70s, near record-breaking heat for this time of year. I get out and enjoy it because there's a good possibility this could be the last 70-degree day of the year in southern New England, but you never know. Back to reality with temperatures in like the lower 50s, which is more tolerable, seasonable, and maybe we could make another one at 60 again next week. Some news to report. The Washington Capitals beat the Boston Bruins by a score of 4-1. Bruins finally got a goal on the Capitals goaltender Brandon Holby last night, but it was the only goal of the game. Washington scored 4 unanswered goals. Bruins back on a losing streak, which isn't that good. And the Cincinnati Bengals are now 8-0. So they're halfway to an undefeated season and stuff. And that's about it on the news. My first video subject of the day, the continuation of the top 10 list of everything and anything. I've now reached the top 10 greatest sports play-by-play announcers of all time for Turner Sports, which is TNT and TBS. Turner Sports over the years has had several packages including NFL games and college football games and the Goodwill games and the Winter Olympics, and currently they carry the NBA, Major League Baseball, the NCAA basketball tournament, and golf. And here are the top 10 Turner Sports announcers of all time. Number 10 on this list is Ernie Johnson Sr. Ernie Johnson was a pitcher for about 9 years. He mainly pitched for the Milwaukee Braves. Then he became a Braves announcer for many years. He was one of the primary voices of the Braves on WTBS. Number 9 on this list of the greatest Turner Sports announcers of all time play-by-play is Brian Anderson. Brian Anderson has been with Turner Sports since 2008, calling Major League Baseball games, doing some fill-in work for the NBA on TNT, doing some NCAA basketball tournament games, and also doing golf and stuff like that. His stars rising in Turner Sports. Would not be surprised if he's on the NBA on TNT more in the near future. Number 8 on this list of the greatest Turner Sports announcers of all time play-by-play, Kevin Harlan. Kevin's been with Turner Sports since the mid-90s. He mainly does the NBA on TNT, and he also does the NCAA basketball tournament and stuff for them, and also like he did a couple of bowl games when Turner had college football. Number 7 on this list of the greatest Turner Sports announcers, play-by-play announcers of all time, Gary Bender. Gary worked for Turner Sports in the early 90s, doing the NFL games and some NBA games for TNT and stuff. He comes in at number 7. Number 6 on this list of the top 10 greatest sports Turner play-by-play announcers of all time, Bob Neal. Bob was the number 1 voice of the NBA on TNT for many, many years in the 80s and 90s. He also did SEC football when TBS had it in the 80s and stuff. Was a long time Atlanta sports announcer, and he's now retired. Number 5 on this list of the greatest Turner Sports play-by-play announcers of all time, Marv Albert. Marv's been with Turner Sports since the late 1990s. He's the number 1 voice of the NBA on TNT, plus he does the NCAA college basketball tournament. He actually did some Wimbledon play-by-play when Turner had that in the early 2000s. Number 4 on this list of the greatest Turner Sports play-by-play announcers of all time, Chip Carey. Chip did Braves games for TBS, and eventually he was the number 1 voice for the MLB on TBS for about 3 years. He also did some NBA playoff games for TNT and also college football games for TBS back in the 2000s. Number 3 on this list of the greatest Turner Sports play-by-play announcers of all time, Pete Van Leeuwen. Pete was the longtime Braves announcer on TBS, plus he did some Atlanta Hawks games for TBS and also the NBA on TNT as well. Number 2 on this list of the greatest sports Turner sports play-by-play announcers of all time, Skip Carey. Skip was the longtime voice of the Atlanta Braves, plus he did, for the first 3 years, he was the play-by-play announcer of the NFL on TNT 1990 and 1991, and also he did some NBA games as well for Turner Sports, and he's part of the legendary Carey family of sports broadcasting. And number 1 on this list of the greatest sports play-by-play announcer for Turner Sports is Ernie Johnson Jr. Ernie Johnson's the face of Turner Sports. He's been there well over 25 years. He hosted NBA games on TNT and TBS. He also anchored Goodwill games, and he was studio host for the NFL Stadium show when they had it on TNT. He did Wimbledon. He did almost every sport that Turner has. He's currently the host of Inside the NBA on TNT, also the host of the NCAA men's basketball tournament for Turner and CBS, and he also does Major League Baseball play-by-play, and he also hosts golf for TBS and TNT. And that's about it on that. I'll be back later, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter with 2 more video blogs. One will be about NFL on TNT, the 8-year history of that. And the third and final video blog of the night will be former Boston Bruins goaltender Brian Defoe. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Button guy. Molly Rosenblatt of Fox 35 Rocks and has nice legs. Elizabeth Hart is so stunning and has nice legs as well. And in the words of Dr. Thomas Sharkey, former BMHS principal, this action will not be tolerated at BMHS. Bye.